Hi and welcome to Travels with Travis. My name is Travis and I am traveling the world with my wife, one destination at a time.
Hello travelers and welcome to sunny Lake Powell in Page, Arizona. As you can see, I'm out here by the lake right now. You can see Cathedral Rock right over here, and there's a lot of houseboats down there where people stay. But I'm here to talk about everything you need to know about your seasonal work here at Lake Powell for the summer. Everything you need to know that's going to help you have a successful, prosperous summer and come armed with the knowledge that you want and need to have a great summer. So let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about on my handy dandy notebook is the housing. So you're coming here, you want to know they do have employee housing and it is dorm style. They have dorms here at the top of the hill, and inside the dorms there's a lot of rooms, kind of like a college dorm, but they do have in the room like a desk, a chair, a dresser, and bunk beds because they are for two people, and a single bathroom. Now those dorms and those rooms are going to be $45 a paycheck, and there is a $100 deposit at your first paycheck for that. So that's $45 a paycheck, $90 a month. Now there is couples rooms. Now the couples rooms are a little different. They have one bed and a little bit of room. They're really honestly not that much bigger. However, the bed is a lot bigger, but it is connected to another room by a bathroom. So if you do choose to stay in the couple's dorm because you're a couple, then you actually will be sharing a bathroom with somebody. So when me and my wife arrived here, we actually did not want to share a bathroom. So we just chose to stay in the room with the bunk beds, and we made it work. So, you know. Anyways, up at the housing area, there is the recreation center, and that's going to be the hubbub and the life of Lake Powell and your experience here. So at the rec center, they do have a computer room, so you can go in the room and you can do things on the internet that you need to do, and there's also a printer. In there, they also have a kitchen, of course, so you're coming here, you know, you are allowed to bring a microwave and a slow cooker, but you're not allowed to bring anything like a hot plate or anything that has a flame, a grill, anything like that. So they do have a kitchen inside the recreation center, and that will be for cooking your food and all that other good stuff. It is pretty good. 2 microwaves, you know, an oven, stove, everything you need to make your dinner. Also in there is a theater room. So there is a theater room that you can set up if you want to grab some friends, grab the popcorn, you want to go in there and sit and relax and enjoy a movie, have at it, big screen, theater seats, so that's pretty cool. They also do have a Pac-Man machine, and that Pac-Man machine is pretty cool. I played on it for a while. It has Galaga and Pac-Man and all the classic arcade games that you could want to enjoy for the day if it's too hot and you want to just go inside and play some games. They also do have a ping pong table, a pool table, a foosball table, so that's in there for your enjoyment as well. Employees love to go in there and hang out and play those games, especially on the weekends. There also is a laundry room, and that laundry room, of course, for doing your laundry, they have a couple of washers and a couple of dryers. And at the beginning of your stay, they will give you a welcome pack, which will have some laundry detergent and other things. That way you don't have to go out and buy it right away, and you can take care of your laundry right here on the facility. They also do have a mail area, so they will assign you a locker and a code, and that locker, you can go in, pick up your mail, have stuff sent to you through Amazon, FedEx, UPS, whatever you want. You can either go check it, or if it's too big, the housing staff will have it, and you just ask for it when you show up. They also do have a shuttle, so if you're an employee that came here, you didn't bring a car, you flew into Page Airport, there is a shuttle that will take you into town. That way you can pick up food and any other odds and ends that you might need. There also is a fitness center, and the fitness center is open to employees. You just use your key to get in. It has some standard workout equipment, so if you're a gym buff and you want to work out after work, you have the proper facilities for that, so that's great. So here there also is an employee dining room. In the employee dining room, you go in and they will punch a card for you. So the employee dining room they have here on facilities is for lunch and dinner. And for lunch, I believe they're open from 1 to 3, and I think for dinner it's 5 to 7. Don't quote me on the lunchtime. But when you do come here, they will give you one free card here. And this card here, they will punch. It's worth $25, and they will punch based on the cost of your meal. After that, you do have to purchase a new meal card. and that is purchasable from the HR office, and they'll give you a brand new one, and that comes out of your paycheck. That way you can go in the employee dining room. They do have a variety of options for lunch and dinner each and every day, and some standard options. So every day you go in, if you want a cheeseburger and fries or chicken nuggets and fries, well, you're more than welcome, because they'll have that every single day, and they'll also have a special, so that way, you know, you can mix it up if you get tired of that. So also, the different jobs. You're wondering, I'm going to come here, what am I going to do for work? Okay, well, there's multiple different job areas. A lot of them have to do with boating, and then the other is more retail. So my wife, while she's here, she's doing housekeeping up at the housing office. So that's cleaning employee rooms when they leave, taking out the trash on the property, cleaning the recreation center, and cleaning some of the other facilities that are associated with Lake Powell. So she takes care of that, but they usually only have one keeper, maybe two. I actually work at the retail store, so I'm actually down on this side of me. You can't see it, but is the boat ramp, and down past the boat ramp is my Marina store. So I work at the Marina store, where people can park in boat slips, and all the houseboats are parked, and that just has a lot of gift shop items, ice, and food. I'm a lead there, so I am a step above, and the pay there is $14. Most standard jobs here will pay $12 starting out, and if you're a lead, it'll be a little bit more, and so on, depending on what position you pick up. Besides the Marina store, there is a campground store, because there is a campground on property. And the campground store is kind of the same thing, but more like camping supplies for people who want to hang out and, you know, get your s'mores and other camping needs. Actually, on this side of me is the hotel that's down here, the resort. And if you work at the resort, there's front desk, and there's the gift shop, which I'm actually transferring to here in a few days before I finish up the season, since employees are wearing thin here in August. And then there's also the Castle Rock, which is actually at the top of this hill over here. Now, Castle Rock is the discount store, so all of last summer's supplies go into that store to be sold at a discounted price, and it's the only store on property that has hard liquor for sale, just in case you're interested in that. Now, other positions, there's houseboat cleaning. So our friends that work here, they work as houseboat cleaners. That's a pretty crazy job. And there's also fuel dock people. When boats come in, they do fuel. There's also boat rentals, so people, you know, who rent out the boats. Oh, and there's another retail store, and that's Dock and Stock, and that's over by Boat Rentals, which just has a few items for people to pick up before they rent their boat for the day. So you're also going to come here and wonder, Wi-Fi, cell service, how is it? So because Page is a remote area, we're about 15 minutes from Page, cell service is kind of sketchy. So I have Verizon, and I actually came here with T-Mobile, and T-Mobile is just terrible. It's sketchy. I couldn't even watch YouTube or load up my Facebook. Now Verizon, though, when I switched, is so much better. It's still not the best. AT&T and Verizon are pretty much the best. So if you're here, you have those two. Most areas you'll have service available to do whatever you need. T-Mobile, however, is really not going to cut it. It all works in town, of course. As far as Wi-Fi, unfortunately, they say there's Wi-Fi, but up at the housing area, there is literally like none at all. There's a Wi-Fi hookup called HR1. You can connect to it, but it literally has no strength. And even if you're in the recreation center where I think it comes from, it has no strength. So the only real way to get internet is through your phone, a hotspot if you have service, or if you go in the recreation center, use the computers, or if you bring your own laptop, you can connect your Ethernet cable into the plug there. So that's really your only options, unfortunately. So Wi-Fi has been a problem with us because us being content creators and making a lot of videos and such, just not being able to, you know, upload simple videos or pictures is really frustrating. So we usually have to go into town and use the Wi-Fi from, say, Taco Bell or hotspot through Verizon. So that's my best recommendation. All right, I'm going to talk about section 2 of this informational, and it's going to be about Page. So you're coming here to work and you want to know about the town that's close by. So I'm also going to say, also real quick, a little note that this part of Lake Powell is the Page location. There's more locations. There's Dangling Rope and Hall's Crossing and Bullfrog. I'm not actually talking about those. This is specifically for, if you're working at Lake Powell, the one that's near Page. So be mindful of that when you're doing your application, because we just put in a bunch of applications and we saw many different things. And I went, oh, wait, I accidentally applied for Hall's Crossing, which is 4 hours up north, and it's literally not close to anything at all. No cities, nothing. It's about 3-4 hours to get to the nearest city, which is Grand Junction in Colorado. I wasn't about to do that, so I wanted to come to Page, and here we are. So Page, like I said, is about 15 minutes down the road. And it has everything you're going to need. It has a Walmart, it has a Safeway, there's a Dollar Tree, it has places to get your hair cut, places to eat, some really good restaurants, and some really good fast food. So you have your Burger King, Taco Bell, your McDonald's. There's a place I did a review on my channel. Check it out. It's called Birdhouse. It is a non-chain chicken joint in town, really good. They also have a place called Big John's Texas Barbecue. They do live music and barbecue on the weekends, and oh my gosh, it's so good. There's a place called Gone West Family Restaurant, kind of all around the same lines, and they do have live music, and the band was just really incredible. And just kind of your standard stuff. They do have like an O'Reilly's and an AutoZone if you bring your car here and you need something for that, and some other things. So you have plenty of options in town. I highly recommend you come here by car. I would not recommend coming by flying unless you're an international, and that's just really your own option, because of just how much of a pain it is to get in the town and the fact that any food here is expensive. I recommend bringing a car and just driving in a Page, going to the Walmart. Having a Walmart is such a blessing. So anyways, I'm also going to talk about distances. Of course, you're wondering, okay, I'm in Page, how far am I from other activities or other things? Well, the main cities that you're going to be far away from is Kanab. So Kanab is to the west in Utah, and it's about 70 miles. It's about an hour and 9 minutes. Now, if you want to go to Flagstaff for the day, which I highly recommend if you're here, it is 140 miles, and it's about 2 hours and 25 minutes. If you're going to Phoenix, I wouldn't recommend it unless you want to take your whole 2 days off for that, but Phoenix is about 4 hours away, 283 miles. And then some of the national parks that are nearby, you have Zion National Park, which is 86 miles, about an hour and 42 minutes, and you'll also have Bryce Canyon, which is about 148 miles, 2.5 hours. You have Monument Valley, which is close by, which we came in on the way here. Check out that vlog. Monument Valley is about 2.5 hours, or 135 miles. Great, it's so beautiful there. And of course, Page from the lodge here is only 7.3 miles, about 15 minutes. So if you're needing to go or wanting to explore somewhere, that's how far away it is. In the next section, next section, I will talk more about fun things to do around here to close it on just a really good note. So section 3 is going to be the weather, and also what to bring. The first thing is weather. Well, you're coming to northern Arizona. I was actually surprised because it does have an elevation of over 3,000 feet. So I was like, it's far north, it's close to Utah. So I did assume that the weather would be a little cooler, especially from Phoenix, which it is cooler than Phoenix, but not by much. Right now, it's probably about 106. It is very dry. So most of the summer when you first get here, which the season starts around late March, early May, it will be actually pretty nice out. It'll be maybe in the 80s, low 90s. It does get nice at night, depending on how adapt to cold you are. Some people wear their jackets at night because they just get kind of chilled out. But during the height of the summer, it's mostly in the upper 90s, low 100s. Right now it's August, the hottest part, so it has been in the high 100s, like 107, 108. So it's been hovering around that, and in the late 70s at night. The dry weather doesn't bother me. I don't really sweat in it, so I don't mind it, but there's some people just don't like the hot and dry. But that's pretty much your summer weather here. Now, when you come, there's a lot of things I recommend you bring. Like I said, I recommend you come by car, but there's some things that I just recommend you bring with you to make your life easier here. And I stress this because we had to go to Walmart and pick up a lot of supplies, and it's just stuff I wish I would have brought with me. But things that I would recommend bringing, of course, a sunglasses hat for the sunshine, the heat. In the dorms, there's no TV. And if you want to just bring a small TV like I did, I brought a small TV in my Wii. That way in my room, me and my wife can play video games, play Mario Kart, and relax on those nights off. It also is great to have friends over to play Mario Kart and stuff like that. So I do recommend bringing a small TV if you can. I would bring a fan. Some of the air conditioner units are the ones that it'll cool to a certain point and then turn off. And if you're one of those people like me that needs a fan to sleep, every time it cuts off, I wake up. So I have a fan with me to kind of help circulate the air in the room and keep the room cool. I also recommend bringing hiking shoes, as there is so much fun things to do. Like I said, all these places to go hike, national parks and Flagstaff and all these other things. So I recommend bringing hiking shoes for that. And of course, shorts. I would recommend bringing a camera. This area is beautiful. There's so many rock canyons. If you go out towards Kanab, there's so many beautiful things. Bryce, Zion, Monument Valley, Flagstaff, wherever you go, there's just so many things to take a picture of. I recommend bringing a camera, document all those memories, and just share them with your family and friends. I recommend a camera. Definitely bring a backpack for hiking. I'd recommend bringing a pillow. They do provide some, but if you're like me and you're particular about your pillow, I'd recommend bringing one. Also, I'd probably bring like a tent and camping equipment. There is a campground here. Would not camp here during the summer by any means, but if you're coming in before summer or leaving after summer and you're driving back home, and there's so many good places to camp out. Because you are remote, you can see the stars like crazy, and there's just so many cool places to visit and camp. So I do recommend bringing some camping equipment. If at all possible, I recommend bringing a fridge. They do sometimes provide a fridge, but we ended up just buying one ourselves. I recommend a microwave. You can actually buy one at the Walmart in town for a small price if you want. Microwave is so helpful because it really helps you avoid going into the kitchen all the time, because I just don't really want to. And slow cookers are allowed, so I do recommend a slow cooker. I throw a whole chicken in there at the beginning of the day, and at the end of the day, I have a great whole chicken ready to go. Heat me up some mashed potatoes, and there's dinner. So it's just an easy way to get by while you're here. Of course, bring a cooler for your adventures to put your ice in and bring your drinks. And I'd bring some video games, honestly. Some days it's going to be really hot when you're off, or you just have nothing to do. And honestly, I just flip on my Wii and play Star Fox 64 or Legend of Zelda or something, so I do recommend that. Anyways, we're gonna hit the next section. All right, so we're finally at the last section, and I'm gonna talk about fun. You're here to have fun. That's probably the biggest thing. When you're not working, your day's off, your friends are here, whatever you wanna do, fun. So let's talk about the great fun things to do here and some of the employee perks that go along with that. So they do have company activities throughout the summer. They will have like bingo and movie night, and they'll take company trips to Bryce and Zion. So that way, if you are here without a car, you do have a chance to go on those if you can get that day off. Yesterday, they did a company trip to Bryce, so me and my wife did go to that with our friend Rohe that works in the store with me, so that was nice, not having to drive. Some of the employee perks that you will enjoy here, because it is a lake, there's a lot of water activities, so you do get a huge discount on boats. It's normally like $400 or $500, but you get a 19-foot powerboat or a pontoon boat. It's about $20, and the deposit's about $50. So, it's a real great steal. We went boating for the day. We went out to Padre Bay. You got to learn how to navigate the lake first. I'd probably do some research on that before going out boating on the first time, because we didn't research anything. We couldn't figure out how to get out of the Wahweap Bay here, and so we kind of cut our day a little short with that. It's still fun, but you do get a discount on boats. You also get free kayaks. A lot of people love to kayak across the lake here to Ice Cream Canyon. There's some hikes. There's a lot of great views. There's also jet skis that you can get a discount on. And at the end of the season, if you work all of the season through October, you do get a huge discount on a houseboat for a week. So they'll give you a form. If you work past a certain date, you will get that houseboat rental at a cheaper rate. So there is a beach across the street from the campground. It's not your Florida beach, but it is a decent one. You can go there and enjoy the water. The water is kind of cold at the beginning of the season, but later on the water does become more comfortable, help you cool off on these hot Arizona days. Also, there's a lot of stuff around this area to see. It's called the Southwest Grand Circle. So much to see. I mean, just to name a few, you have Flagstaff. So much good hiking in Sedona. We went down there and did some hikes. You have Kanab, which is a kind of an old western town, a lot of activities around there. You have Zion National Park, which I went to with my wife and two friends, really great. You have Bryce Canyon, which I went twice already. Really great views, really just that Southwest dream. If you love westerns, you love, the big rock cliffs, and you want to feel like, Clint Eastwood, this is the place to be. You have Monument Valley, like I said, which is out there. We were there before we came here, and just north of Monument Valley is actually a hidden gem called Valley of the Gods. It's a lesser-known hike, but it is just really cool. You have to check that out if you have time while you're here. You also have Horseshoe Bend. A lot of people don't know that, but Horseshoe Bend is actually just right down the street. So you have the Walmart, and it's literally just 2 miles down the street from Walmart. Originally, I'm like, oh, it's probably out in the wild somewhere, but it's right down the street from Walmart. That's kind of funny. So you also have a slot canyon that's just on the way to Kanab. It's called Buckskin Gulch. It is a beautiful slot canyon, and it's only $6 to hike it, but it's really cool, just amazing. And you also have Antelope Canyon in town. You know, that's the big one. I think it is a little pricey to visit it. I haven't been. I think it's like 60 something for a short tour. But Buckskin Gulch, you can go there the whole day for $6 and enjoy that slot canyon all you want, and you don't have to worry about it. Of course, you have the hotel here. Employees do get a discount on the hotel. So if you want a lodge room, you can submit a form. I think it's like 20-30% off a room, and you can stay in the hotel down here. Also, up at the housing area, you can bring your RV. They do have an area where you can park your RV, hook it up, and if you want to stay there for the summer, so if you're one of those traveling around the country people, you bring an RV, you can definitely do that. Anyways, guys, that's basically the video. That's almost everything you need to know about working at Lake Powell this summer for the season. You just go on CoolWorks to find those job listings. The season runs from about, like I said, late March, early May until probably mid-October. That's when everything really slows down here. If there's anything I missed, let me know. If there's a question you have about working here, what's it like, what's this, what's that, just put it in the comments down below. I always respond. I'll let you know as soon as I can, and I'll give you the best answer possible. It is definitely a fun summer job, you know, mostly just for the fact that there's so much to see in this area, so many beautiful landscapes and so much nature all around here. It's really incredible. You get a variety with Flagstaff and Monument Valley. There's just so much to do here, so I highly recommend coming here for the summer and also enjoying Lake Powell itself. There's so much to see out there boating. You can buy a map for $6, and there's just so much stuff to see. Great fishing, camping, everything you want in a summer adventure. So I highly recommend coming here. If you know, don't like the heat, well, can't help you, but if you don't mind the heat and you want to come out here and have a blast, make some good friends, and just have a good summer, I definitely recommend coming here. So I appreciate it. Like I said, if you need anything, let me know in the comments below. And I thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you soon, travelers.